All right, let's get to work.
We need to lay down for this.
Who knows? Maybe a couple of years. These are Rastafarian.
We had a I have to go for this.
Funny enough, I bought tickets for this day, and we happened to be playing. So
Really?
Dude, that's so cool, guys.
our mom was here.
Whoa,
That was
wait,
so
what?
much
Shout out to her. What's your name?
Band name.
Yo, it's a Sugarshack. Sit back, relax, cause it's time for another podcast.
Welcome back, friends, to this episode of the Sugarshack podcast. My name is Bryce, and I'm sitting down with some cool friends, man. Charlie and Kevin from the Ries Brothers.
Yeah.
What's up,
Eddie Kopp,
guys?
founder of Sugarshack.
So good to be back.
Good to
It
have
was
you
really
back,
good to
boys.
have you guys
Hell
here.
yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
My first time having a session with you guys was magical. It was great. It was everything that everybody said it would be. So
Appreciate that.
Stoked. How about you guys? Did you enjoy session? Our live audience here.
Yeah.
Give it up. Give it up.
Love it.
Quick
Hell yeah.
plug. We just are wrapping up an experience here. We've got people from all over joining us today.
All over.
Birthday parties going down, and it's just been an awesome day. We've had Chef Greg cooking up some fire food, and Steve
curry.
and Ryan slinging drinks.
You know what's
and-
funny enough? I bought tickets for this day, and we happened to be playing. So it worked out. It worked out well.
Nice. Nice, Kevin.
Thanks for supporting us, bro.
Of course,
It means a
of
lot.
course. Big fan.
That's awesome. Well, welcome back, guys. How are you feeling after session?
Oh, fantastic. That was a special one because we came here like 5 years ago, I'd say. 5 or 6 years
It's been
ago.
that long since
I
you've been
think
back.
it has been that long. And it looked nothing like this, you know?
No.
And
What did it look like the last time you were here?
I just remember a little gravelly
Yeah.
road.
Just a deck.
Mud.
Gravel.
maybe a chair or two.
It was like one outdoor couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably half the
then-
crew.
Yeah, like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
So-
mom was here.
Was
Shout-
she
shout out,
manager,
Mom.
tour manager at the time? What was her role?
I guess she was,
She
yeah,
was
we
our
were all.
guidance person.
Guidance.
Yeah, keeping us
Yeah,
off
like
drugs.
making sure, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Supervisor.
No
really.
partying.
Yeah, we were all hands on deck in the beginning there. So
Yeah. How old were you during that first session?
I was about 21. He
Okay.
was about
18,
18,
17.
Okay,
17,
cool.
Wow.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So still,
Wow.
yeah, needed Mama Bird a little bit. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
make sure everything's chill and good. Yeah. It's
Nice.
awesome. Man, a lot's happened for you guys. I mean, since then, I mean, in the past 5 years, I
Yeah.
mean, a lot's changed for you and your band. Tell me a little bit about what's
Absolutely.
evolved in the past 5 years for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, coming here like so early in our career was huge, and like it was funny because that was before we even met our manager Dave. It was like we were very do it yourself. We were didn't have anybody working with us. We just try everything. I was a massive fan of Sugarshack, so I just took a shot. I think I emailed you guys. I'm like, hey, here's our
Hey, we're a cool
resume.
band. Can you?
We had a little
play
bit of a
here?
cool resume. We did Southeast tour opening for Chicago.
Yeah, I want to
And-
hear more about that in a
Me too.
minute. But,
Yeah,
but keep
and
going.
so there's some cool things we had done. So I'm like, maybe if they read the backstory and if they like the music, they'll have us. And I told them we watch every session that comes out. That's how we discover a lot of music that we listen to.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you guys for giving us the shot so early on. And then the Momentum video in particular really took off, really helped us out early on. And I'm sure every band says this, but like everywhere we go on tour, someone in the crowd, a lot of people in the crowd that say, "I'm here because I saw your Sugarshack." That's how I
Wow.
discovered you guys, and we love that it's such a mutual relationship that you guys have grown so much as these bands have grown so much too.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah.
You know, I know Lynn's here, and Lynn, just from where you're sitting, can you tell your story about how you discovered Sugarshack?
We discovered Sugarshack because we went and saw you guys at Janice Live, and then we went to follow you guys, and we found Sugarshack, and doggone it, we live really close to here. You're right, we're coming.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Randomly, you guys are the guys tonight.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they didn't know. They
That's
didn't
wild.
know until they were walking up
Full
that you guys
circle.
were
That's
performing tonight.
wild.
It's really, really cool. So
Love it.
Special.
thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
they discovered they're here because of you guys.
That's so
shout
cool.
out
They
to
lined
you
up.
guys.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That is so. I got goosebumps.
Oh,
Lined
that's
up perfectly
awesome.
like that. That's
Yeah,
so
what a
cool.
what a
That's
cool
awesome.
cool.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing, Lynn. That's awesome. Yeah, so you were just saying you had been building momentum.
Yeah, and then right after this, we met our manager David Parn. Shout out to David in the house.
Yeah, Dave. Finally
Go,
made
Dave.
it.
And that was our first real person getting behind us, and within a year of working with him, we went out and toured G11 Special Sauce, took us on our first like coast to coast, and then from then on stuff with we did the G Love Special Sauce tour, and then G Love asked us out on 2 more tours, his solo tours, which were awesome because we do our set and then G Love acoustic. And then in the encore, we'd become his backing band. So that was really fun.
Oh, cool.
Sick.
And we'd do
Wow.
like 20 minutes like as a trio with G-Love.
Whoa.
Whoa,
That
wait,
was so
what?
much. Yeah, we did
That's
that
cool.
on
Awesome.
two separate tours, like 2018 and 19. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude, what's it like jamming with G-Love?
Oh, it's
dude?
fantastic. He let us like bag him up on cold beverage and like,
Wow.
Yeah.
so much fun.
Insane.
Yeah.
Are
Dude,
you
he's
singing?
the fucking man.
I was doing some background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were singing too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
definitely nervous playing with him, but it kind of pushes you to be at your best. You know?
Yeah.
So I
He's,
love that.
he's the real deal, man.
Yep.
When
Absolutely.
he starts playing, he's the real deal. for
Absolutely.
sure.
100%.
What a cool dude.
Yeah.
Wow, really cool. So those things kind of combined started to help you gain momentum
Yeah.
for just the band and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so sick, guys. I mean, what's kind of where are you at now with things? I mean, are you working on new music?
Yeah.
Or, oh, there's your White Pelican
Oh,
by
thank you.
I've heard
KD.
so much about it.
Appreciate you.
Fire.
Hey, cheers, fellas.
Yeah, for real.
Great
Thank you, kid.
session. Thanks for sitting down.
Cheers
to you guys. Appreciate you.
Cheers to you all.
Cheers. Hey.
Oh, that is dangerous.
Delicious.
Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah,
It
yeah,
It is.
yeah,
That one's
yeah.
good.
Justin, it's called the White
Very
Pelican.
good.
I think it was. There you go.
There you
you go.
Fantastic.
Thank you for killing it.
See, I guess coming up, we just dropped a new EP about in August last year, and talking about momentum, like after 2019, we were all geared up to go into 2020. We did winter tour with Iration, Ayater, and Ballyhoo in 2020.
Nice.
And the tour ended like March 1st, and then the world shut down like right after that.
Yeah.
And we had like another Iration tour. It was like Iration, Hyrie, and us. That got canceled. We had a Badfish tour, got canceled. Like,
Damn.
so we
Yeah.
were, after everything like
You were
builds
feeling
up,
low.
really
Yeah.
low.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything's like getting bigger and bigger, and then just everything vanishes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like there were a few weeks where we were pretty down, and then it's like then we had a meeting with Dave. It's like, all right, we can either just dwell on this or we can get to work, figure out how to navigate these times.
Sick.
And so we just buckled down and we figured out like we put an extra focus on what sound do we really want, like to be like the Ries Brothers sound, like, and because we're not straight reggae band, but we played a lot in the reggae scene and we loved the scene and they've really embraced us. But it's just like an aspect of our sound. But we're thankful for every opportunity we had. But we kind of realized that there could be like a ceiling in reggae for us when in other genres we have a potential to go farther. And what we really from the beginning we played rock and roll and jam. Like when we started out, we would play like 4-hour gigs at bars, like
I can
in high
see
school.
it. I can hear it. Yeah.
In high school, just
absolutely.
doing classic rock covers, and 4-hour shows. We needed to stretch a lot of material, so like we were pretty much a jam band back then,
Cool. Yeah.
And so we kind of went back to those roots and wrote more in that style because we had the time to, and it's definitely this is Kevin. He's gotten so good at guitar. For those of you out there who don't know, this is Kevin Ries right here on the guitar.
Yeah, go.
And
I told him to say that. So.
no,
Right? You'll like pay him $5 later or something.
he blows me away every time. He gets better every day, and this new music is really showcasing his craft better, I think. And
Yeah. I said that today when we were
Awesome.
rolling.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
you have been practicing.
Yeah, and you guys have been
cold.
in the studio recently at the Sugarshack
Yes.
recording
Oh, yeah.
studio.
Shout out
Come
Barrett.
on, let's go. They've been making some
Hell yeah,
music
Barrett.
with Barrett.
shout out to
Shout
Barrett.
out.
It's been sounding great. We just
It
dropped
does.
Your Friday Night, which was recorded there, and we just wrapped up a new one, Strange Times, which is going to come out May 4th.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, this will probably be out after that, but check it out. It's out now.
I have such a great story about this. I was in the studio. I was like picking something up, or I can't remember, touching base with Barrett about a project. And Al came in, and they were just they do like a weekly or touch in huddle, where they're like listening to mixes and getting them dialed in.
Yeah.
And it was one of your
Sweet.
mixes. I can't remember which single it
Yeah.
was. And Alex just sits down and gets all like coming. He's like, all right, let's get to work. And just blasts the fuck out of your track in the studio. I mean, Dude, it's the loudest it's ever been in there, and he's
Fuck
just
yeah.
like, and I was like,
Sick.
all right, I'll see y'all later. You
love
get to
it.
work. Like, it was such a cool
Yeah.
moment, but it sounded great at
Good, thank you.
level 20 or
Good.
whatever that he
Yeah,
was
that's
running out.
11.
Yeah, 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Awesome.
The new stuff does sound great. I said it today again on set. Like your sound has evolved so much since the first time you came.
Thank
yeah,
you.
you dabbled in reggae, and what you were just saying, I feel like we can really relate with our channel, right? Because people label us as a reggae channel. We're not a reggae channel. We're a
Yeah.
music channel.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Our doors are open to every genre, every musician, with talent, right?
Yeah,
At the end
exactly.
of the day, so I can really relate to that perspective. But from your first session, there was a lot of reggae.
I mean,
lot
it
of
was
reggae.
it was definitely a part of our like coming out of the local, St. Pete, Tampa Bay, or just Florida scene in general. Like even after this is after we did the tour with Chicago, but we still we didn't have a manager at the time, so we come back and we're still a local band.
Yeah.
You can get really cool opportunities, but then you come back and it's like, oh, we're
Yeah,
still local.
Like,
Yeah.
they're like, who are you?
So
Like,
it's important not to get a big head when you get something big, because then
Right.
you'll come back and still be the bar band. So like,
Yeah.
and it's like, so who we're like, how do we get established more? Who do we look up to in our area? Who's doing like really cool stuff that's from here? And it was mostly the reggae bands. So shout out to Ries and they were like the first ones in our area who was doing really cool stuff and touring nationally. And we were like, that's we want to do that. And Kevin's a huge reggae fan. He made me a reggae fan for sure. So
Yeah, it
it's
started
definitely a
with-
part of our.
How did you convert your brother to be a reggae fan? Like, what was that? What was
Well,
that entry
I
drug
tried-
level? Yeah. This is our story.
Tried to get him to grow some dreadlocks, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
For real?
No, no.
Oh,
I'm like, I see that in you way more.
Who knows? Maybe a couple of years, he's a Rastafarian.
Yeah, maybe. Hey.
going back the other way? Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorite genres. Like growing up, got into Sublime, Slightly Stupid, Revolution. I was always huge fans of those bands and the whole scene. So honestly, the Sugarshack is kind of how it really introduced us into that scene.
Cool.
And
I think it's
yeah.
the work ethic too. Like, the reggae
Yeah.
bands tour a lot, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
really we were really drawn to that.
Totally.
Like, and that's why I love the jam scene as well. Like, just
Yeah.
bands who work their ass off on the road, as opposed to like bands who drop a lot of music but maybe play like 6 shows a year.
Right.
Like, and just at big festivals or
And
something. Like,
the community, like the whole fan base
Right.
in reggae is just amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the-
definitely something that sets
Nothing like
that
it.
the genre apart is
Yep.
the community and how, people that listen to reggae and they come together, they really are the type of person that embraces, welcomes, supports,
Yeah.
helps lift, launch,
Yep.
Right.
like very, very, very supportive community.
yeah, absolutely.
Compared to like the emo scene that's
Honestly,
cool, I
the
guess,
metal scene
you know?
is really cool too. There's a lot of great
Metal-
Metals,
you're
yeah,
right.
metal,
Yeah.
yeah.
Polar
A lot of-
opposite,
Yeah.
but same kind of community.
Right.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's cool that works.
I would love to hear more from you guys just on like your dynamic as brothers, you know what I mean? And like being brothers in a band. And I mean, you've been doing it for a long time. You obviously
Long
have
time.
a connection and a
Yeah.
relationship there. So tell me a little bit more about when that started. Like, when did you guys first start making music together?
Yeah, I mean, we grew up big baseball players. We were,
Oh, interesting, yeah.
So from like age 4 to 13, that was our life. Like our parents moved us down to Florida to play baseball full time.
Oh, cool.
And then we noticed over time, like we started putting down the baseball bat, picking up a guitar, and
Nice.
kind of grew into that.
Our parents, my dad always had music on in the house. So he played guitar and piano, not professionally, but always had it on playing in the house. And so we just fell more and more in love with music. The Beatles were the first, as with many musicians. The Beatles are like the first big inspiration. And from then, I found the Doors. I found all these amazing classic rock bands, and we formed a band in middle school with some kids our age. And I guess we quickly realized that Kevin and I were the only ones really taking it seriously, and we were probably like 6th grade, but like
That's
still we were like,
What was it called?
Take it more serious.
Okay, it's really stupid, but it's called 325 because we're all sitting around the circle trying to come up with a band name.
Yeah.
And we're like, what time is it? 325.
325.
We'll go with that.
terrible.
Sick. Sixth
I wonder
grade.
if that's how 311
Terrible.
came up with their band name.
So we quickly realized like, hey, no one really cares, but we do. Why don't we just? And we live in the same house. We can practice whenever we want, because that was a big thing. They didn't want to get together for practice. It's like, so hey, like why don't we just do this as a duo? And we'll be like, we can't find someone right now our age else that because he was guitar, I was drums, and like we can't find a bassist right now, but I love the Doors. I love Ray Manzarek and what he does with keyboard bass. And I'm like, what if I just took that concept, applied it to the drum kit, just for now, just so we could fill out, because the sound needs a bottom, like just for now, and until we find the right guy.
Cool.
And
we never found the right
that was like
guy.
10 years ago.
Nice.
I know,
He's the guy.
because I mean that
cool.
would lead
Well,
me. That's what led me into just learning how you developed that style.
Yeah,
you
it,
know?
it stuck because it helped us get opportunities as a duo. Like helped us open for a lot of bigger bands who wanted a simple setup.
Yeah.
They didn't want to,
Yeah.
And so that leads us into we were playing. Shout out to Krabby Bill's Indian Rock Speech, first restaurant to give us a paid gig.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't know how they let us play. I was like a freshman in high school. He was in 6th grade or something. We started playing bars,
Damn.
and we would play like 3-4 nights a week, and then go to school the next day. Like,
Dude, what
And-
legends, dude! Shout
Yeah,
out
we
to your
closed down
parents.
the bar.
being like, yeah,
we
this
closed
is
down the
like-
bar, and then have to go to
Go to school.
Middle school.
yeah, and
Sick.
we became the house band at Krabby's in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida, and we started out on Sunday afternoons. They put us up during football season, so no one paid attention to us.
Classic.
Worked our way up to the Saturday night slot.
Nice.
So then had the Saturday night slot for a year all through high school, and then literally one of these just crazy moments. Someone, one of our regulars who found us there and kept coming back to see us, was friends with someone who worked for the band Chicago. He was friends with their accountant actually. So when the accountant came in town, our regular fan brought her to see us, and then she liked what she saw and she passed it back to the band, and she hands my dad a business card, and it has, because back then still our parents were helping us
Learning
out,
things, yeah, helping learn
and
things.
she hands my dad a business card, and it's the Chicago logo on it, and it's got their management and contact. She's like, he's expecting a call from you.
Sick.
We were like, because when you play the bar circuit, like so many crazy people will come up to you, hey, I know
Right.
this guy,
Yeah,
and they
right,
never
right,
pans out. But this was real. And so they're like, and then my dad's talking to the manager of Chicago. He's like, we like your stuff, and we like that they're young, two-piece, they do classic rock covers. That's what we want. Would you like to open a show? We're like, hell yeah. The first time was Orlando at the Hard Rock Live.
Whoa.
And then after that set,
What was that
How old were you?
like?
Is this middle school, high school still?
this is I'm probably a senior in high school now. He's probably a freshman in high
Whoa.
school.
Okay, wow.
And
Dude, chick
Chicago.
magnets for sure.
They're a bit older,
Yeah.
and
which
True
is
that.
fine.
True.
Chicago, yeah.
after
Yeah,
that,
but yeah, maybe not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
scene you want to be.
But still, cool.
I mean, I'm thinking about going back to high school, be like,
Right.
yeah, we opened for Chicago.
oh yeah, no, we were not cool at all.
Yeah, right? Yeah, your friends are like, who's that?
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
But after that, then they said, hey, we have another show in Atlanta. Do you want to? And it was us, and then REO Speedwagon, and then Chicago on a bill.
Wow.
And
What
we
the
had
fuck?
a 15-minute set.
It's awesome.
15.
Yeah, and I'll never forget
Hard
this.
15.
I'm like,
Sure,
Wow.
sure.
I'm like-
yeah. REO Speedwagon's
Yeah.
got to come up next.
I'm like 18, he's 15 years old, and their stage manager comes over and says, all right, you got 15 minutes. If you play 16 minutes, you'll never play with us again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sick.
wow.
And I'm like, all right, so we played 14 that night.
Yeah, good.
And
Good for you.
but just to have that experience so early on, like totally like, so now we like, professionalism is like so key to us in any aspect of what we do in this industry, because we learned it early on. And after that Atlanta show, they said, do you want to open the Southeast run? And because they were like giving us,
Little bit to
tryouts.
see how you do. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then that we did the Southeast tour, about 8 dates, and it included a hometown show in Clearwater, and it included a stop at the Ryman in Nashville.
Whoa.
That was insane. And then
Wow.
the year after that, we did the same thing when they came to the Southeast. So for 2 years, we were the Southeast house band opening for Chicago. But like, still, even in that time, in between, we were still the bar band, like, because we still had to,
Yeah.
keep learning our craft. It was just a huge opportunity early on.
Wow.
And then the year after, now we're in 2016, we got to do a run with Butch Trucks from the Allman Brothers. Same thing, we were like Southeast, the classic rock covers, opened the show. Like, that's what we got to open for a lot of these legends and learn so much early on. But, at the same time, we're still, we had some original, but still mostly cover band, still learning our
Gotcha.
craft, still learning how to write music. So, we weren't ready to be like our own thing yet. But
Right,
this
it's
is
tough
like,
too being that young. Like,
Right.
you can definitely write about what you know, but it's
Right.
going to be hard for that to like appeal to mass
Yeah,
audiences
100%,
too, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely took a lot of years of work and writing, and meeting the right people. And again, shout out to David for keeping us busy all these years since we met
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Wow, what a story.
Dude, that's so cool, guys. Whoa.
So cool.
I love it. One of the segments that we have during the podcast that we've started doing is kind of like a story behind the song. They've been really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, cool.
And we'd love to hear what you guys have brought. I think you've got a song roadmap that you'd like to talk more about. So just given the kind of the context even that you've just shared, I'd love to just hear more about this song. And I know you guys want to play a little bit of it.
Yeah, and it's one of the first songs we ever did here, actually.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like, just because like I said, we haven't been here in a while, and when we came here, we were complete unknowns, and it feels very special now that we've been establishing ourselves a little bit these last few years, to come back. And this song kind of goes off of what I was just saying. It's about coming of age. It's about high school and how there's the path for young kids is a lot of pressure, and you're told from a very young age it has to be this way, very structured, and especially going through high school, if your grades are not up here, you're not going to do the college, and then you're not going to have a job, and then you're not going to do like no room for like, well, I maybe don't want to take this path. It's like, no, you're doomed. Like I had a guidance counselor that told me, like, in a few years I hope you're in school and you're working and you're just doing music on the side. That's what she said.
Damn, dude.
I'm like, I can't envision doing it. Like, I have to go for this. So that's what inspired this.
Shout out to her. What's her name?
Yeah, right. We wrote this one for you, guidance counselor lady.
Suck it. Yeah. But it's pretty much. So
Yeah.
without her, the song wouldn't have happened. So.
Hell yeah, let's hear a little bit of it.
Roadmaps.
Open up your textbooks, chapter 10. We're staring at the window, we're all not this again. Really knows there's more to life, yeah, than what's inside these walls. We're trying to move beyond the charade of this trivial house. I'm waiting for the light, I'm waiting for the sign of something I can call my own. And somewhere down the road, I look back on my time, discover how much I have grown to know.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I love it. Super cool, man. Wow. Just
Appreciate it.
Just I love you guys. You guys fucking rock.
We love you guys.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, cheers.
Did you guys,
Cheers.
are you self-taught on all your instruments or formal training? Or?
I mean, like starting out, we had lessons for
Okay.
sure, but the last, I'd say, 10 years have been just self-taught. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some to get started, and then
Yeah.
so shout out. Our parents were very supportive. We were very lucky in that aspect that they.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. I mean,
Yeah.
to the point where they're really pretty much managing you and helping you, like, in a safe way, seeing your potential in a safe way, like, kind of do
Yeah.
this. So I'd love to hear that perspective from you guys, because that's got to be a weird dynamic, too, like sticky at times and stuff.
For
you
sure.
know?
Sure.
For sure, yeah.
So I don't know. I know that's open-ended, but just
No,
whatever you feel comfortable sharing about the dynamics of working with your family.
We were, we have to feel
Loaded.
like we need to lay down for this.
Yeah.
No, we were very, very lucky that they saw the passion we had, and they saw like we were not partiers, goofing out, but like we were very driven.
Yeah, serious
And
about it, right?
Luckily, they saw that, and they were all on board. Like they got us lessons all early. Actually, what the story my mom tells is I was 6 years old, and it was summer, and she gave me the choice. You're not gonna sit around the house this summer. You're gonna do tennis, swimming lessons, or piano. And she says I picked piano only because it was air conditioned.
Nice.
But that's
As
how
a Florida boy, I can
yeah.
relate to that shit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but-
Piano.
Respect.
I feel like I hated piano lessons, but now I'm so glad she did that.
Yeah. Piano's such a great bass
Yes.
instrument because you get all of that theory. You get
Right.
rhythm,
Yeah.
theory, reading music, hopefully
Exactly.
writing a little bit. And
Yeah.
it's just
Absolutely.
can unlock vocal training, can unlock
All of
everything,
it.
chord structures.
Right.
It's huge.
Absolutely. And a few years of that, and then I was probably like 11, fell in love with drums. I think it was hearing Ringo's drum solo on the end on Abbey Road. I'm like, that's what I want to do right there.
Wow.
Like,
Cool.
like that's awesome. And so luckily, yeah, I'm like, can I switch to drum lessons? And luckily they said yes. So like we were, and then Kevin comes along. Kevin was actually bass at first because that middle school band,
They already had a
They
guitar
already
player,
had a
so
guitarist.
he moved me on bass.
so he couldn't even make the lead guitarist in that middle school band.
Hey, you know what? Joke's on the middle school band
Yeah,
now.
that's right.
325.
325.
Yeah, for a while there, before there was the Ries Brothers, it was the Charlie Ries band for a while.
Oh, that was
really?
a dark time.
So I was just a fan, like going to the shows. I was in the audience watching his band.
It was
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
After that middle school, yeah, it was just like just for a few shows, like because
Wait, how old were you for this? Like, what was this?
This is still middle school, right
Yeah,
after that
that's
other
so
one.
good. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna name myself like a band.
No,
like
that was-
you're like in 7th grade.
that was my parents all
Charlie
the way.
Reese band. Like you sound like you should be a big country star or
Yeah.
something.
No,
like
that was my parents all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And because Kevin was still competitive at baseball at the time.
Got it. Makes
11
sense.
and under state champion right here.
Oh,
What? Let's go.
11. What
Do you
position?
Center
enjoy
field.
like?
Nice.
He joined that league last year.
playing? Do you
Oh
play
yeah,
with-
everywhere we go on tour, we bring all our gear. We find a field on our days off.
Wow.
No matter what city, we've probably played on a baseball field in every state.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool,
So
guys.
instead of like some bands go to Planet Fitness, their days off and work out, we go to a baseball field and play. So
We still go to Planet Fitness, but that's
Really
to
cool,
sleep
yeah.
in the parking lot.
Yo, you boys need to play Coast Music Festival, which is in Key West. It's a
hell
festival
yeah.
that we work at.
Oh, sweet.
And they do a baseball game with some of the artists.
Oh,
And they
that's
like
awesome.
kick it off their festival.
that's
They
awesome.
commemorate
They
it
make-
with this like old town baseball
Wow.
game.
It was
It's
so
really
cool. It's a
I
part
love
of
that.
an
I
element
love
of the
that.
festival that we had to film and work into the recap.
That's
was
amazing.
a baseball
Yeah.
game.
That's
They had
Except that
matching
everybody's
jerseys.
on mushrooms and wearing like
Yeah.
crazy psychedelic glasses.
There's a bunch of
and-
musicians.
Yeah,
that.
I'm
right.
down.
But they
It's a
took it-
little bit of a shit show, but they did take it serious.
Yeah, they're all drinking pounding beers.
pounding
Wow.
beers. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a good
awesome.
time. It was very cool.
That's
so you
awesome.
All suited
they
up.
should play Coast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link you with Coast.
That would be amazing.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool festival.
You'll like enter a time warp in
Oh, innings too.
Oh yeah, we just played Innings Festival, which is a baseball and music festival.
That's right.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you
cool.
go.
There you go.
Innings, yeah.
I forgot. Thank
Shout
you.
out to your manager for queuing you up on that one. Like,
Yeah.
innings.
Thanks, David.
That's right. How was that?
Oh, incredible.
That's a big festival.
I went the year before, and I was like, dude, if we played this, like, that
Yeah.
would make my year.
Dude, I wanted
my
to
life.
go that year,
did.
but we were
Really?
at Rise Up, and I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
it's so close. I wanted to
I
see
know,
like
I don't-
Nathaniel Rateliff
Green
and
Day.
like all of
I don't
these-
know. I don't know why they do it at the same time,
Yeah.
but
Dude,
Same
nice.
town, same time.
yeah,
Right?
just
Basically?
across the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they both are selling out. Like
Yeah.
both
True.
are slamming.
Yeah. No, it was all, like like you said, Kevin went last year, and then he told David and David's like, within 5 years, you guys will be on that, and we're on the next year. So that was awesome.
wow. So how did you get that link? Like you just had the right conversation or the right
That's a good
connection?
question.
and-
The right
yeah,
manager.
The right manager. Shout out to
Yeah.
Manager Dave.
Hell yeah, Dave.
Oh yeah.
But it was awesome. The first day we went, Wade Boggs was appearing, and it's fun, like backstage at a Chicago show years and years and years ago. We met Wade Boggs, and we took a picture with him, and so we wanted
were like-
wanted to recreate that picture, and then we
Wow.
did, and he actually remembered the like.
Wow.
That's cool. Because he was like, "Do you actually remember these guys?" He's like, "Yeah, Chicago show."
Of course, like
Sick.
child prodigies,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
opening up for
Shout out
big,
to Wade
giant-
Boggs out
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
awesome.
That's
dude.
cool.
Wow,
Chicken
really.
Man.
Wow.
It's awesome. Well, as we kind of come to an end, is any fans or audience members have any questions for Charlie or Kevin or Eddie or myself, I guess, for that matter?
True.
Oh,
Aaron.
You guys have such a sound and play every kind of style of music. What's an artist that you would love to collab with? Current artist.
Nice area.
current artist you would love to collab with?
I mean, Scott from Stick Figure is definitely
Okay.
a big influence on me. Also, Adam Young from Owl City. He's a huge
Oh, cool.
inspiration
Cool,
as far as
yeah.
production and all that. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
that would be incredible for me.
If I could, have Dan from the Black Keys produce something, or go to Nashville work with Jack White, that would be ultimate.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Jack White, Black Keys, absolutely.
What artists were formative to you as you were learning,
Yeah.
your instruments
Yeah.
bar, and I was like, that's a Led Zeppelin shred.
Right, right.
For sure. I think, I mean, Jimi Hendrix for guitar. That's how I got in watching him.
Yeah.
You know, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jack Johnson was a huge influence on my guitar playing, which is, you know, probably weird for people to hear that, but his guitar playing style is like super unique.
Very
it's
unique.
Super low key, chill, but he plays everything. You know, all the notes are super beautiful. And,
Yeah.
Cool.
and, you know,
Intentional. He's such
yeah,
an intentional
exactly.
songwriter.
It's not overplaying. It's just exactly where everything needs to be.
Yeah, and for me it was the Doors. Learning the keyboard bass, like I just totally like that helped us develop our entire sound.
Yeah, it's like the backbone. That's
Yeah.
the thing that sets you guys apart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've got a third. I know he wasn't able to
yeah.
join you guys, but you've kind of added a third
Yeah.
guy, Levi, right?
Right,
into
right.
into your mix. So,
So,
how's
yeah.
that been?
It's good, yeah. So we wanted to find someone who wouldn't take away from what we already do, but just add. You know, that's what we want because we've tried a lot of different ways. Like tried me just on the drums with a bass player, and it never really sounded right. So we finally found someone who could do what exactly what we needed. Like I said, someone who could just enhance the sound.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
great. Any other questions?
How'd you meet Levi?
Oh yeah, how'd you meet Levi?
We met him on the St. Pete scene. He's played with a lot of people, and he played Sugarshack with Ella Jet before.
been here, yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's an
right.
amazing musician.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And he
Great
did that
session.
for Ella. He just brought such an addition to the sound.
Lifted it.
Yeah.
Just-
Ella
That's
writes
right.
such beautiful music.
Yeah, she does.
She's such an incredible musician, and Levi just brought that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
That little extra touch.
So important. Yeah.
It's cool. I was excited when I saw him playing with y'all.
Yeah,
So he's a permanent member.
he's the touring member of the Ries Brothers. yeah.
Cool.
Really cool.
Do you get to play drums with two hands? I'm a drummer. Do you ever get to play with two hands?
Sometimes we do a drum solo.
Okay.
That I get
Honestly,
to-
he
When I
sounds
do
weird.
my drum solo and fucking crush it because
Yeah.
I'm using two
Exactly.
hands instead of one.
Well, what's cool is
I think he's a better drummer with one hand, honestly. I think he is.
yeah,
Def Leppard shit.
it's been a minute since I've
So definitely.
But we usually end the show if it's a night show or indoors with a glow stick. All three of us playing the glow stick drum solo. So that's
cool.
Oh,
the
that's
time I
cool.
get to play too.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sick.
Any other questions out there? What's up, Katie?
So home seems to be important to you guys. How do you take St. Pete on the road with you?
Ooh.
Yeah, St. Pete.
Taking home on the road with
St. Pete is
you.
very important. We've seen that music scene there grow since we were kids, and it's one of the hot spots in the country right now. I feel like obviously reggae does really well there, but like a lot of genres, and so many people we meet on the road say like besides Red Rocks, like Janice is their favorite. Like we've
Hell yeah,
heard
Janice
that a
is
lot.
Such a great fucking
And-
venue.
And we're massive Rays fans, so we take our Rays gear everywhere we go on the road. When
I gotta check the score real quick, actually.
and they could be 7-0 tonight.
What
Hopefully,
is it?
they could be 7-0. They're
Sick.
they're the only undefeated team in baseball right now.
Oh, cool.
So shout out to
9-4, we're winning.
That's what's
Boom.
up. Well,
Hell
big
yeah,
time
there
too,
you
bro.
go.
beautiful.
Some
People
baseball boys.
still hate because we're small market. Whatever.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Big
But,
heart.
small market, big heart. That's right. Low payroll, big.
Yeah.
But
nice.
St. Pete is a big part of who we are. We grew up playing all the bars there, like Ringside, Ale and Witch. Shout out to everyone in the local scene for helping us like learn our craft and giving us shots early on. And it's just our favorite spot to come home and play, and it's a special town for sure.
It's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for
Thanks
hanging
for having
and
us.
sitting down and chatting. An amazing session, amazing time. One more time, live audience, can we give it up for Kevin and Charlie of the Ries Brothers? Thank you guys so much. Make sure you're following the Ries Brothers on social media. Make sure you share this podcast, send it to a friend, subscribe to our channel, follow them on Instagram, and see them live next time they're
Yeah.
playing around. And
Hell yeah.
that's a wrap on this episode of the Sugarshack podcast. We love you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Hey.
Peace out. Boom.
Sit back, relax, cause it's time for another podcast.
Sugarshack session. Sugarshack session. Sugarshack session. Sugarshack session.